Boom! Boom! It's your boy Jimmy. Oh, whoa, no, 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 no. Straight from y'all, street to Wall Street. Anybody tells you that money is the root of all evil doesn't have any. Whoa, no. Dude, wake up, get that girl hyped up just to get a little bit. The only woman in the morning wanna turn on his Becky quick, while the average man's looking at curves like she fine as heck. I'm over here looking at tails and wicks like buy or sell. I left the chaos for the market. Nah, I don't want a street spot, I want a stock pick. I know the style got flair, trigger my stop losses, but I ain't got time for distractions. My Vivo with PFs crossing, rich with high trades from pushing high keys, straight to G's and plans to make grand. Still in my tank top, Batman pajamas, house slides in about 5 hot picks of the day, cause I like the way the dial moves. For hot dips on call, so I got options. 2 with a lot of volume, 1 with a double bottom. Now I know some folks don't understand. Am I talking about my trade or just thinking with my Mac day? You see we're different in the way we move. You move with kittens and your dogs, I move with bears and bulls. I got a green thumb, I grow at the market. Waking up with the future, stacking up some commas. I jump out of bed, make profit, eat my bacon and eggs, make profit, light up watching them candles, make profit, while I'm still in my sandals, making profit. They used to watch me move dance, roll style. Now I watch moves in the Nasdaq. Used to run from the ATF and the car. Now I run down ETF and make profit. I jump out of bed, make profit, eat my bacon and eggs, make profit. I watching them candles while I'm still in my sandals, making profit. See me and Jim Cramer been talking mad money. He said today I'm taking the risk, they got the feds coming, but I got support here with me. I call the short squeeze. You get the drop, she pulls the trigger and shuts it down. If she stays on my watch list, I might have to keep her, but I know better. I'm a true trading group lifer. Go ahead, be bold. Trader, get your squad head. I'll double top that guy, head and shoulders. Hit him up with this resistance. Watch him roll over, cause I see big moving contracts. If I say I made 1 million a day, well, that's a large cap. You moving average, just why you get crossed, get split, get delisted and knocked off. And I'm setting the whole block off. I'm buying GameStop and selling them roadblocks off. Jump out of bed, make profit, eat my bacon and eggs, make profit, light up watching them candles, make profit, while I'm still in my sandals. They used to watch me move them packs, bro, stop it. Now I watch moves in the Nasdaq, make profits. Used to run from the ATF and the cops. Now I run down ETFs, make profit. Hey, my plug that we don't trade, make profit. Right on what we do, man, make profit. Hey, Friday, Suge, Mike. What we doing, dog? Make profit.
Make profit.
That TTG money, gang.
We making profit.
We some snipers.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? What's going on, folks? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. I got to tell you, that song gets me every time. Every time I hear that song, like I'm sitting here behind the scenes, I'm backstage while that video is playing, and I'm just can't. It gets me going. It really does. It gets the people going. I hope you guys are ready to get down to business. We've got a lot to talk about. We have a whole lot to talk about. We had a wild and crazy week last week. We had tons of catalysts. We've got more earnings coming up here for us this week. We had the Fed meeting. We had the Trump and Xi meeting. We had all the big Mag 7 earnings. We've got Palantir and AMD earnings coming up this week, two stocks that we own in True Trading Group in the long-term portfolio. I'm actually, might be making a little bit of a move before those companies report earnings this week. I'll share with you what I think that I'm going to be doing with some of those positions that we own. And obviously, we've got to talk about the Hindenburg Omen, right? There's a lot of people that are talking about the Hindenburg Omen. I'm going to tell you exactly what it is. I'm going to tell you its significance, and I will tell you whether or not I believe that the markets are going to crash within the next couple of months, or is it going to be a false positive? I'm going to give you all of my insights as well as my top trade ideas for the week. I've got my little trusty notebook over here. I've got my trade ideas written down with exact entry points and exit points. I'm going to share with you a detailed breakdown of exactly how I plan on making money this week. I'm not a Monday morning quarterback. I don't come on here and say, this is what I did yesterday. I come on here and tell you this is what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. I put my neck out there and I tell you guys exactly what I think the markets are going to do. Right, wrong, indifferent, doesn't matter. I give it to you all right here. Full transparency on the True Trading Group YouTube channel. You might be wondering, well, who is this guy? Great question. My name is Michael Edward Parinati. I go by Michael Edward, and I'm the co-founder and head trader of TTG, True Trading Group. I'm thrilled to have you guys all here with us tonight. If you guys don't know about True Trading Group, you don't understand what it is, TTG literally exists. It is a fintech platform. It's not just chat room and courses and trade alerts. Yes, we have all of those things, but it is an entire fintech platform. We like to consider ourselves the Bloomberg terminal for retail traders. And we exist to help you learn faster, trade smarter, profit sooner. It's what we're going to do here tonight in this live stream. We are very proud to be partnered by, and I want to give a shout out to our partners at the Nasdaq, Benzinga, OpenAI, TradingView, DataBento, and Unusual Whales. You guys see True Trading Group is an award-winning platform. We actually received the 2024 Benzinga FinTech Award for Best AI Analysis Tool, and we are a finalist for 3 more awards this year. So whether you are brand new or you are an experienced trader, TTG is a platform built on education that's backed by experience, strategies that are proven by success, and tools that actually think and are customized around you, the individual user. Our AI platform is completely customized to the individual user. It considers all of your strengths, your weaknesses, your trading style, your account size, your risk tolerance, and so much more. All right. So I hope you guys are ready to roll your sleeves up tonight. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Obviously, first, smash that like button, show some love, turn on your notifications, make sure you never miss out on any of these live streams. And you're probably wondering, and it's a really fair question if you are new. I know we have a lot of new people here with us tonight. So if you guys are brand new and you're unfamiliar, wondering why should I pay attention to this guy that's on this YouTube channel right now, I don't think you should pay attention to what I talk about on this channel because I believe that I'm the world's greatest trader. I'm not. I'm a damn good one, but I'm not the world's greatest trader. It's not why I think you should pay attention to what I discuss. You see, I didn't figure this stuff out on my own, right? I was very lucky, fortunate. My very first experience really getting involved in the markets was my first job at a college, was working at T3 Alpha Fund in New York City. While there, they had me go through a training program before they let me touch $1 of the firm's money. And then shortly after that, 2008 happened. And that was the Great Recession, the big stock market crash. But it was also the same year that I received one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. Now you fast forward, and I'm the co-founder and the head trader of True Trading Group, along with my team of 8 other professional full-time trading mods and an over 30-person staff. We've helped thousands of members from all over the world reach their goals. True Trading Group has over 10,000 members in 114 different countries. So truly a global community. We day trade, we swing trade. We also cover long-term portfolio investing. We trade stocks, options, crypto, futures. There's literally something for everybody here inside of True Trading Group and part of this platform and part of this community. Okay. So like I said, if you guys, whether you're brand new or you're experienced, you're looking to level up, you're looking to get things started, you're looking to kind of turn around your results, you've been losing for a while, you're looking to go into the green, or you already are a successful trader, you're looking to take things to the next level, whatever it is, there's something here for all of you. So glad you're here. Stick around. Let's make some damn moves together. Let's make some damn money together. I think it's going to be a really big week. Before I get into the stuff I want to go over with you, make sure you're watching this video live. So the first thing that I want you to do is make sure you see a red dot at the bottom left of your screen next to the word live. If you do, great. Do nothing. That means you're watching live. If you don't, that means you're delayed. Then I need you to do something. You go ahead and click that word live, and then you should see a red dot then, and that'll bring you right up to full speed. And then you guys will make sure that you're watching this video actually live. Okay? So with that all being said, let's kind of start to dive in. I want to recap for you guys kind of what happened last week first. Last week, markets made new all-time highs. I don't remember a week. I honestly don't remember a week where we had so many incredibly large and market-moving catalysts than we had last week. Last week we had, and this goes all the way back to not just this past Friday, but the Friday before that. You had it all started with the CPI data that we got on Friday, not this past Friday, the 31st, Friday, the 24th. Okay. The CPI, it all started then. We got the CPI data, came in under expectations, markets gapped up to new all-time highs. Then over the weekend, we got movement from China announcing that they were going to begin buying, like 2 cargo loads worth of soybeans. And that set the tone for the Trump-Xi meeting that was happening on Thursday. And that kind of got, Wednesday, Thursday. And that got the markets gapping up on Sunday evening. And then on Monday morning, we got a huge gap up Monday morning on the 27th to new all-time highs as people began to price in a positive result coming out of the Trump-Xi meeting. Then after that, you had NVIDIA's conference. NVIDIA had their conference. They announced as much pieces of news as you can possibly imagine. In case you missed it, NVIDIA announced a deal with the U.S. Department of Energy. They announced a deal with the U.S. government for 7 supercomputers. They announced $1 billion investment into Nokia. They want Nokia to kind of rival Huawei over there in China. They announced a deal with Palantir, a deal with Uber, a deal with Samsung, a deal with Hyundai. And they also announced, let's not forget this one, that they expect $500 billion in revenue over the next 6 quarters. All of that came out within just a couple hours of each other. Okay. Then you had the Trump-Xi meeting. The meeting between Trump and Xi went well. People were pleased with the result. Tariffs are being lowered. Rare earths are going to be supplied. Soybeans are going to be bought. And the ongoing discussions are going to continue. Xi is going to be coming to the United States. Trump is going to be going to China next year, as that's going to be an ongoing negotiation with China. I told people from day one, once we got the tariffs announcement in April, I kind of told everybody, because a lot of people weren't around in 2018. I was. Your first round of a U.S.-China trade war was in 2018. The U.S.-China situation is going to be a very, very long, drawn-out negotiation. It's not going to be as simple as some of these other countries where you negotiate, you have a deal, you sign the deal. Okay, great. This is going to be a kind of multiple phases. This is exactly how it was in 2018, where there was phase 1, then they agreed to phase 1, then you move on and then you work on phase 2. And there's different topics that are within those different phases. It seems like we've kind of moved past like the first stage of the U.S.-China negotiation, and now we're going to start to work on kind of moving forward and going on to number 2. And I think number 2 really involves the semiconductors. I fully expect the next round of negotiations between the U.S. and China to involve technology. I think it's going to involve U.S. software, and I think it's going to also involve U.S. semiconductor on the hardware side. I think all of that's going to be a major, major, major sticking point for us going forward. Then on top of all of that, you got earnings from Microsoft, Meta, Apple, Amazon, and Alphabet. All of this happened last week. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you guys took last week off, you missed a ton of stuff. All of this took place. Oh, yeah. And then, by the way, we had a Fed meeting in the middle of all that. Jerome Powell and company cut interest rates by 25 basis points. But Jerome Powell said something that the markets were not ready or prepared for. And I'm going to talk to you guys about that a little bit. But all of that took place last week. And all of those catalysts all came together to give us new all-time highs, right? To give us new all-time highs. Now, I was on this live stream with you guys last week covering all those earnings live. And we covered, all the Mag 7s that came out last week. We were covering all those earnings. And I said to you guys that I am on Wednesday, Wednesday was the day we got Alphabet, Microsoft, and Meta earnings. I told you guys on Wednesday that I feel that the markets were getting ready for, in the very near term, a little bit of a pullback. A little bit of a pullback and kind of a reset back against some of those prior highs. And that's exactly what we got then Thursday and then Friday. And we were actually on the short side of things on Thursday and Friday. As you can see, here's Wednesday. Wednesday was the all-time high got put in there. And then bang, get the nice little pullback there Thursday and Friday. But I'm really still think that you could even get a little bit more of a pullback and get back in here and retest these previous flat top all-time highs, right? That's kind of what I'm thinking about. These areas right in here, okay? See these previous flat top highs, these are your all-time highs. That's really kind of the support level that I think any type of a pullback, I think that's where you would look to try to go long off of inside that area and look to see if you can get a little bit more of an upside move. But we got more news over the weekend between U.S. and China, okay? We got more news over the weekend between U.S. and China. We got more details on kind of the severity of what was kind of the deal was agreed to between the U.S. and China. And it's better than we thought it was last week as we started to get more details around the actual, what did China actually agree to? What did the U.S. actually agree to? Rather than just kind of like the broad-based headline, we're now starting to get a lot of the details of the meeting and the details of the agreement. And some of the things that we're getting back without getting too much into it, because I can go on a tangent. I don't want to do that. We have a lot of stuff to talk about here. I want to give you guys my trade ideas. I want to talk about the Hindenburg Omen. So without going into the details there, but long story short, as we're getting some of those details, they are better than what we thought they were last week. And that's got the markets gapping up right now in the futures. We're up 0.3%. We're 0.28% right now on the ES as we are kind of gapping up here on the back of that news. Now, that kind of brings us up to speed. In case you guys missed it last week, tons of stuff going on, tons of catalysts. That kind of brings you all up to speed. Now, what I would like to do, okay, now is I would like to go over and talk with you guys about the Hindenburg Omen. Okay, I want to go through. I want to talk to you guys about the Hindenburg Omen. Now, there's probably a lot of people on this live stream that may not be familiar with the Hindenburg Omen or what it is or what it even means. I'm sure you're all familiar with the Hindenburg in general. Tragedy that ended in, obviously a blaze of fire and a major crash, right? But in this sense, we're talking about the stock market. And the Hindenburg Omen is a technical indicator that precedes a stock market crash. And it is an indicator that really measures market breadth. Okay. And the reason why this is kind of interesting to happen right now is because we've actually been talking about, it's not just us in True Trading Group. I mean, everybody, you watch CNBC, everybody talks about it because it's true. The market breadth has not been something that you would really like to see when you get these major market rallies that give you real big follow through and continuation, because the market's being pulled higher by NVIDIA, Microsoft, Apple. It's being pulled by all of your big AI tech related names. That day we made that all-time high is the same day NVIDIA hit a $5 trillion market cap. The S&P 500 is a market cap weighted index. So the bigger the market cap of the company, the more impact it's going to have on the S&P. So when you have on that day that we got that big gap up to the all-time highs, NVIDIA hit a $5 trillion market cap. Microsoft gapped up to an all-time high on the back of a deal with OpenAI. And then you had Apple also pushing higher. So your three largest companies in the entire market were all moving higher. And not to mention stocks like Broadcom, right? You know, some of these other big AI related names, and you have the data center names like IBM was making really big moves to all-time highs as well. And Alphabet gaps up to new all-time highs. Amazon gaps up to new all-time highs, right? You guys saw this is all the stuff that happened from last week. And tech has been pulling the markets higher. But other areas of the stock market had been pulling back and had been actually red. On the day we put in the all-time high, here's a fun fact for you. On the day we put in the all-time high on Wednesday, it was the weakest market breadth for a green day that we've ever had. There's 500 stocks in the S&P 500. 398 of them were red on that day. Okay? 398 of them were red of the 500, but the market was still green. And it wasn't just green, it made a new all-time high. And that got everybody talking about market breadth. And that is the time, and that is the moment from that day into the next that the Hindenburg Omen technical indicator triggered. And then Hindenburg Omen is an indicator that measures market breadth. What it essentially is you need to have a lot of stocks making new 52-week highs at the same time that a lot of stocks are making new 52-week lows to show that there is a real big discrepancy in the market, that the market's not moving higher altogether as one, or the market's not moving down altogether as one, that there's a lot of optimism in one part of the market, and there's a lot of pessimism in another part of the market. And that's what the Hindenburg Omen really shows. In order for the Hindenburg Omen to trigger, it essentially is a time where the markets have to be in an uptrend. There's no question that we are in a massive uptrend, right? You have to be in an uptrend in order for the Hindenburg Omen to trigger. You have to have a large amount of stocks making 52-week highs, a large amount of stocks making 52-week lows. It actually has to be over 2.8% is the threshold. So over 2.8% of the stocks in the S&P have to be making new all-time highs. Over 2.8% of them have to be making new 52-week highs versus new 52-week lows. We got that. Markets are an uptrend. We got that. But you also need an oscillator that's called the McClellan oscillator that to also turn negative. Basically, what a McClellan oscillator is, it's like an advancing decline line. It just measures the amount of stocks that are advancing higher versus the amount of stocks that are declining lower. And when that figure turns negative, it means more stocks are declining than there are stocks that are moving higher. Okay, so it's just a fancy word, McClellan oscillator. It sounds super complicated. It's not. That's literally what it means. Okay, so that when it turns negative, that indicates that the stocks that are going down are actually picking up momentum against the stocks that are moving higher. All of these things need to happen at the same time in order for the Hindenburg Omen to trigger. They happened. The Hindenburg Omen triggered last week. Now, what's the significance of that? Every single market crash, you go back to 2008, you go back to the dot-com bubble, you go back to 1987, every single one of those crashes, the Hindenburg Omen preceded all of those crashes. So the Hindenburg Omen triggered, then all those crashes followed in the months to come. However, the Hindenburg Omen is not, I repeat, it is not a very accurate indicator. There have been many, not a handful, many false positives or false triggers of the Hindenburg Omen that did not lead to a market crash. Okay? It is not a very consistently accurate indicator. People that are perma bearish, they love the indicator because they always get to point back and say every single market crash came after the Hindenburg Omen triggered. And that is true. But every time the Hindenburg Omen has triggered, we have not always had a market crash that followed. So you probably have seen some people maybe on social media over the weekend that maybe are talking about this. And I want to really set the record straight and explain to people what the Hindenburg Omen is and explain the accuracy, or in this case, the inaccuracy of that indicator over time. So again, it's something that every crash has had it, but you don't always have a crash when you get it. Okay? Everybody kind of get that? Does that kind of make sense to everybody? I really kind of hope that What I like to do is kind of, break things down and make sure that everybody understands what we have in front of us and kind of that Hindenburg Omen and really what it means. Yes, the COVID crash. Yep. Every single one of these major market crashes that we've had in recent time, you go back a couple of decades, right? Every single one we've had in recent decades, Hindenburg Omen has triggered. But again, I remind you, the Hindenburg Omen has not always led to a crash. Okay? I want to make sure that you guys thinking of joining you. What do you think of what do you think MP will do this week with earnings on Thursday? It's a great question. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to give you my honest thoughts here. I don't predict earnings. I react to earnings. I don't predict them. I believe that trying to predict what a stock is going to do when a company reports earnings, I think it's a fool's game. I honestly, truly do. I think you are removing all of the advantage that you have as a trader to be able to look at setups and opportunities and identify probability. That's what traders do. Really good traders don't predict the future. I know some people might think that we do. Really good traders identify high probability scenarios and setups, and they put themselves on the right side of that probability over and over and over again. That's what really good traders do. And sometimes they're going to be wrong, and sometimes they're going to lose money. But more often than not, they're going to be right. They're going to make money because the probability, they're looking for 70 to 75% probability setups, and they'll put themselves on the right side of that probability. When you decide to get yourself into a position for a trade right before a company's reporting earnings, you are taking a guess. You are flipping a coin. You might as well go to Vegas and put your money on red or black and just close your eyes and see what happens. Because you can have a company blow earnings out of the water, but they miss on their guidance, the stock's going down. You can have a company that misses on their earnings terribly, horrible earnings, but they raise their guidance aggressively and announce a share buyback program, and the stock goes higher. You can have a stock that beats on their earnings, raises their guidance, and the stock actually still goes down because the stock had ran 40% into their earnings print on the likelihood of a good earnings report, and it becomes a buy the rumor, sell the news event, and everybody takes profits when the news actually comes out. So it's not really a matter of your analysis of the actual company and the analysis of their earnings. Your analysis of whether or not a company is going to beat on earnings or not and what the stock's reaction is going to do are actually two completely separate things. You are always going to be better off waiting for the company to report earnings, see what the earnings are, see the market's reaction to those earnings, and then trade the stock afterwards. That's what I do. That's what I teach all of our members inside of True Trading Group. If you want to just buy call options or buy put options or put on a strangle or a straddle or an iron condor before a company announces earnings, go for it. That's not my trading style. So I have no idea what MP's earnings are going to be. What I can do is I can sit here and I can tell you and I can give you my analysis on MP and tell you that you're at a major support level down here at $60. This is a really big support level. You have the previous all-time high back here in 2022, and you broke above that back there in July. And once you broke above it, became support again there in September. And now here we are sitting here against now the 100-day moving average and against this $60 level. But if you break underneath that level, there is an air pocket here. There's not a lot of structure traded inside of this entire zone. So if you were to break, let's say underneath like $55, I think you really got to be careful there because you have support on MP at 60, 55, 50. It's just crazy. It works out that it's every $5 increment. It's not that it's any significance to that. It just, this chart actually works out to be every $5 increment. They're supported 60, they're supported 55, they're supported 50, and they're supported 45. If this stock got down to $45 on earnings, I do think that it's worth a buy. I do think there's enough of a support level down there that the stock would bounce off of $45 if it were to get down there. I think it might even bounce off of $50 if it does get down there. Okay, so you have this really big support level. What I would do is I would wait to see after the stock reports earnings, what is the stock's reaction? Does the stock break through some of those support levels, or do we drop into what I consider very buyable zones? And then you can look for bounces from there. These stocks have been the center of attention lately because when China announced that they were going to do rare earth export controls on like October 11th or 12th, I forgot what day it was. And then the next day, that's when Trump came out the next day and said, I'm putting 100% tariff on top of the tariffs we already have on China in response to China saying that they're going to restrict the amount of rare earths that they're going to be allowed to be exported. These stocks exploded on the back of that. They exploded because if you're not going to get them from China, you're going to have to get them from somewhere else, and you're going to have to ramp up all this production here. That's where all of these other companies, they all went nuts when that happened. Then all of that tension between U.S. and China cooled off, and then now China is saying we're not going to actually do those rare earth export controls. We're actually going to loosen them, and we're going to provide rare earths to the United States. And these stocks have all sharply pulled back. That's why MP has pulled back, like you guys can see here, was going into that Trump-Xi meeting and the likelihood of a de-escalation and tensions kind of easing there. So the stocks have all pulled back. But I do think you're pulling back into a really nice support level. And I think if you can hold these levels after that earnings print, I do think that this stock could bounce. But I think it's just too risky to get yourself into a position before they actually report, especially with the way that these stocks are in, like with the news headlines. I just think it's too much of a gamble, and I don't gamble, right? I don't gamble. I don't flip coins. I don't close my eyes and cross my fingers. I identify high probability setups and I attack them when I find them. Okay. And right now, not a setup that I would necessarily attack, but I would definitely be watching for some of those buy zones. Would it be a good idea to have a high percentage in gold mining stocks to ensure against systemic risk? I don't think so. I think you'd be much better off just owning gold itself. I'd much rather own gold than gold mining stocks. That's what I think. Gold mining stocks have just recently, because gold has gone absolutely parabolic, but just recently, gold mining stocks have done well. Gold mining stocks historically have traded horribly, horribly. There have been many times in the past where gold has rallied and rallied and rallied, and those gold mining stocks have done nada. It's just that the rally we've seen in gold over the last couple of years has been so incredibly strong and parabolic that even your gold mining stocks are actually moving higher and participating in it. If you are worried about systemic risk, you're much better off, in my opinion, owning gold itself rather than gold mining companies. So I hope that answers your question. I own the GLD. Okay, I do. I own the GLD. It's something that we bought a couple of years ago in our market outlook report. And again, that takes me to, guys, let's get ready for the market outlook report. I'm starting to put some ideas together. I'm beginning my analysis. Every single year, members of True Trading Group get my market outlook report, either the last week of December or the first week of January. This is where I lay out a very detailed, long, in-depth report of my analysis on what I think the markets do next year. And I go through my entire outlook of what sectors I think are going to perform best and what sectors I think are going to perform worst, what stocks I am buying, what stocks I am selling. That is something that all of our members of True Trading Group are going to be getting. So members of TTG, hope you guys are excited for it. It's something that we all look forward to every single year. And it's something that we're all going to be, gearing up for as we're getting into now the end of the year and kind of talk about the outlook for as we go into next year. Okay. So we've done really, really well with these market outlook reports. I think this is going to be my sixth one. My goal with these market outlook reports every single year, guys, is to make sure that the positioning that we get into in True Trading Group, that we outperform the market. We outperform the S&P. And we have achieved that every single year so far, 5 years running. We have accomplished that. And not just by a little bit. We've done really, 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 really well with those market outlook reports. And this is going to be, I think this is going to be our sixth one, if I'm not mistaken. And that's kind of part of the thing about True Trading Group, right? It's not just day trading. It's not just swing trading. It's also the long-term portfolio, and it's about building wealth. It's not just about generating income. It's also about building wealth. And that's how I look at it. You day trade and swing trade to generate income. You invest long-term in your portfolio to build wealth. And members of TTG get access to all this stuff, and they do well with it, and they're making money with it. And you know, let me just ask real quick, members of True Trading Group, right? Members of TTG. I know you guys, because I know you guys are all really excited about the market outlook report. I'm really excited to put it together. I spend about 2 months putting this report together. That's how, you know, my last report, I think, was 16 pages long. I think it was 16 or 17 pages long was my last report. But yeah, I spent a long time putting it all together. But I just want to see here, members of True Trading Group, those of you that are on this live stream right now, members of TTG, if you guys are making money, you're becoming better traders because of True Trading Group. I want you to go ahead right now and type the number 1 in chat right now. Again, just type, it's real simple. Are you making money? You guys becoming better traders? Type the number 1 in chat right now if that is true. And those of you that are not part of this group yet, or you're not part of the platform and community, pay attention to how many people you see type the number 1. These are your friends, your family members, your coworkers. These are your peers. If these people can all sit here and tell you that they're making money with this platform, there's absolutely no reason why you can't. All these people are making money. That's what they're telling. I just asked the question, right? I'm not speaking for them. I asked the question, okay? I asked the question, and here's their response. They're not luckier than you. They sure as hell don't have more time than you. 82% of our members have a full-time job. If they can do this, and so can you. Right? Notice how, as I'm sitting up here, I'm not talking to you about, look at how much money I'm making. Look at me, look at me, look at me. That's not what I'm doing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much money that I make, or it doesn't matter how much money that one of our other moderators make, because their money that they make and the money that I make is not going to go towards paying your bills. What matters when you are deciding whether or not you should join a program, a community, a platform, a group, whatever, the decision that you should really take into consideration is whether or not the people that are already part of that platform, group, community, program, are they doing well? Are they making money? Yes or no? Because if none of them are making money, chances are you're not going to either. But if they're sitting there telling you that they are making money, there's nothing special about them. I love them all to death. We have over 10,000 members. I love them all. That's not true. I love like 99% of them. There's a couple that grind my gears and burn my Bunsen. But no, I love mostly almost everyone. Virtually everyone. I'm just messing around. But they're accomplishing their goals. And I think they're accomplishing their goals that they never thought were actually possible before. And it's the tools, it's the resources, it's the technology, it's the AI, it's the award-winning AI that's allowing people to be able to, to trade while they're at work, and to be able to get notifications and analysis and get chart analysis, support and resistance levels. The AI can help them determine where to put their stop loss, where should they be taking profit, how many contracts or shares should they buy. I think that just the platform that is True Trading Group, when you guys get access to all the different tools and resources that are part of it, they really give you an advantage over other retail traders, because other retail traders don't have things like level 3 data. They don't have things like an AR charting software. They don't have things like dark pool data and unusual options activity and congressional trading data and all these other things that members have access to that are part of the True Trading Group platform. Right? That's just the truth. It's not just about, a chat room with courses and trade alerts. We have that, obviously. The moderators and I are inside of chat every single day, sharing our screens. Okay. We trade in front of you live. We answer questions. We provide analysis and commentary on the microphone throughout the whole day. So you see what we're doing. You hear what we're doing in real time. And we're there with you the whole day. We're not gone after an hour and you'll have to fend for yourself. We're there with you guys the entire day. So it's not just the trade alerts. Yes, trade alerts are amazing. You can follow the trade alerts if you want. The mods and I collectively as a group maintain a cumulative win rate on all of our executions of just around 80%, around roughly the last like 5 years now. We track every buy, every take profit, every stop loss, every green, red, break even trades, all right there for you, full transparency for you guys to see. But I think being part of the community and having access to the tools and resources and the platform and the technology, I think that's what's making the biggest difference. And that's why you're seeing so many people that are telling you that they're making money. If these people can do this, guys, then so can you. That's the truth. And, you got this Hindenburg Omen that just triggered. I know people are like starting to, some people are like, oh my God, is the stock market going to crash? What should I do? What should I do? And I'm just like, I got to be honest with you. Do I think the Hindenburg Omen triggering is going to lead to some, earth-shattering, melting stock market crash in the next 2 months where the market's going to go down 40% and we're all going to be screwed? I know I do not. Okay? No, I do not. But I got to be completely and dead honest with you guys. Once you actually learn how to make money in the markets trading, whether it's day trading or swing trading, once you do that, it doesn't matter whether markets go up or down. You make money on the way up, you make money on the way down, and you use the money that you make on the way down by shorting and by being in put options. You use that money that you make on the way down to put into your long-term portfolio when stocks are cheaper. That's why it's the greatest job you can ever have. It's truly recession-proof because it doesn't matter if the economy is doing well or the economy is doing poorly. If you're able to make money in the markets, it doesn't matter. You're not relying on the economy. You're not relying on your job, going through layoffs or not, or getting a promotion or whatever it is. Because the stock market just needs to be open. And whether the economy is great or the economy is crap, stock market's open. That means you have an opportunity to make money. That's where being consistently profitable comes into play. That's what members of your trading group are experiencing right here, right now. How many people are on this live stream right now who is not a member of True Trading? I have something really special that I'm going to give you guys. It truly, I literally have like a gift. Okay. If you are not a member of True Trading Group, do me a favor and type the letters TTG in chat right now. I have something special to literally give. TTG, type the letters TTG in chat right now. If you are not a member of True Trading Group, I need to see how many people we have because I have gifts, but I have a limited amount. So I need to see how many we have. Type the letters TTG here, please, guys. Oreo, Danny Lee, Vader, Clinton. Now we're coming through here. Francisco, Kanaya, Sharon, D-Mode, Harry, Ansel, Doge Day, Burl Keller. Awesome. Yeah, just keep typing TTG, guys. Papa DM, Parveen, Steve Fox, how are you? What's up, guys? Perfect. Okay, so there's a lot of you. Second, John Wiggs, your second time watching, brother. Well, I welcome back, man. I appreciate you coming back and hanging out. I hope you're subscribed to the channel now. We got LE, we got Jim, Doda, Margot, Subtly, Ricardo, Willie. We got a lot of new faces here, guys. Beautiful. Rock Praveen. Okay. So we got a lot of you. Here's the deal. Zeke. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, here's the deal. I have something really special. The holidays are coming up, and I've got something special for you guys. I have something special. Oh, what did I just click on here? All right, guys. Wow, look at that. Azer says, had my best month of the year in October. Let's have another great month. Thanks, Mike, for your incredible guidance, brother. I love it. Azer Energetics, I love that. Congratulations. Best month ever in October. Let's make November the best. Let's make November the best. All right, so here's the deal. We got Jonathan Kimball's coming in hot there at the end there. Awesome. I love it. Okay. Listen to me. Every single one of you that typed the letters TTG, okay? Every single one of you. I have a gift, but I only have 8 of them. I only have 8. There's way more than 8 of you, okay? Here's the deal. Okay. Oh, Asia, you're Brock. Beautiful. Awesome. Yes. Okay. Excellent. Brock, what's up, my man? Christina Robbins, how are you? All right. I have 8 free Acer 15.5-inch full HD laptops with an AMD Ryzen, AMD Radeon graphics. I've got a brand new, comes with Windows 11, brand new free laptop for the next 8 people that want to join True Trading Group. I have 8 of these. They are free with your membership. Okay. I only have 8 though. The holidays are coming up. If you need a new laptop for work, if your kid needs a new laptop for school, if your spouse or family member needs a gift for the holidays, look no further. You've got one. A brand new free laptop. Okay. This is a brand new 15.5-inch Acer Aspire full HD. Comes with AMD Ryzen, AMD Radeon graphics, Windows 11. It is free. Okay. Go to truetradinggroup.com/join. Okay. Go to truetradinggroup.com/join. And the next 8 people that join True Trading Group will get this laptop. Or make it easier, you can go to ttgoffer.com. That's actually much easier. Go to ttgoffer.com. Again, ttgoffer.com. There's 8 of these. Okay. So the cost for your membership is $997 for the entire year. Okay. Now, by January 1st, the price of the annual membership is $1,497. Not only am I giving you the annual membership for $997, I'm also giving you a brand new free laptop. So the price is $1,497. I'm giving it to you for $997. But I'm also giving you a free laptop. But it's only the next 8 people. I only have 8. Okay? I only have 8. I wish I can give them to every single one of you. I can't. I only have 8. Okay? So when you go to ttgoffer.com, everything you see on that page is included in your membership. It's included. Okay? You're going to get Mari. Mari's the AI trading assistant and the AI trading co-pilot. Right? That's what received the Benzinga FinTech Award for Best AI Analysis Tool. That's Mari. Okay? That's your full AI trading assistant 24/7. Ask questions, get trade ideas, analyze charts, receive personalized insights and guidance based on your trading history. It's all there for you guys. Okay? You're going to get the trading chat room, obviously, where the mods and I trade with you guys live, share our screens, answer questions, send out all of our alerts. When we get in, we get out. You guys get access to all that. You get the real-time market data with our partnerships that we have, okay, with Data Bento and TradingView and Unusual Whales. You're going to get the professional charting tools. Our professional charting tools, you're going to be getting with that as well with our partnership with TradingView. Okay, real-time, multi-time frame charts with technical indicators and drawing tools, pattern detection with TT Triangle Learning, trade journal, unlimited watch lists, advanced scanners, broker integration available with our AI upgrades. You're going to get our trading education library, all of our courses, day trading, swing trading, options, futures, and more. Beginner courses, advanced courses, it's all there for you guys. Our global trading community, you get to join over 10,000 members. You get to join TTG Social, which is our own social media platform that we have for verified members of TTG, where you guys can go on there, you can communicate with members, share charts, talk ideas, answer questions, help each other out. It's everything you love about social media without all the stuff you hate. There's no politics, there's no spamming, there's no scams, there's no bots, there's none of that crap. Okay. You're going to get access to our mobile app. Obviously, you can download, stay connected to chat. Okay. Stay connected to chat, answer, receive all the trade alerts as you get them in real time. And you guys are going to be able to start immediately. How do you know you got it? If you see it on your guys, listen, if you see the laptop on your checkout page, it actually says spots claimed. It says 0 of 8, only eight laptops remaining. And Danny just joined. So Danny just joined. We now have 7 laptops left. So Danny says, how do I know I got it? Danny, you got it. You were the first person to join. So guys, Danny just joined. We are now down, and Rick just joined. We're now down to 6. So Danny joined and Rick just joined. We're now down to 6 of these laptops. It says it right on that page, how many spots have been claimed and how many are left. Okay. So as long as it says there's some left, you are getting one of the laptops. Once 6 more people join, that's it. No more laptops. It'll say it. It'll say that's it. No more laptops. All spots have been claimed. Okay. So Danny and Rick, welcome to the family. You guys are going to be getting your brand new free laptops. Again, these are totally free. For the next 6 people that join, you're going to spend $997 for the whole year. And here's the other thing. We're fully flexible. Okay. We do have payment options available for you guys. Okay. We have a lot of different payment options and payment plans if you want to pay for your membership over time. The $997, that's the best value. You pay that $997 up front, you get access for the whole year. That's best value. But we also have, if you want to put down a really small down payment, you can do a 12-month plan. You put down $197, and then you pay $118 a month for the next 11 months. Or you have our most popular plan, which is a 90-day plan. You put down $397 today, and you pay $425 for the next 2 months. We have a 30-day plan. We have a 6-month plan. Whatever is best for you. We're flexible. So whatever payment plan works best for you guys, you just select that payment plan and then you go and check out. Now listen, regardless of what payment plan you choose, you will get the free laptop, but you will only get the free laptop after you complete your payment plan. You can't just put down $197, get your free laptop, and then cancel your membership, okay? You're going to have to complete your payment plan, and then you'll get your laptop. If you pay $997, you join right now, you get your laptop right away because you're paying the full limit. The $997 is you pay right now, $997. That's it. You're good for the whole year. You get the free laptop right away. If you want to do the 90-day plan, you put down $397 now, you pay $425 next month, you pay $425 the month after that, boom, we send you your free laptop. Okay? You want to do the 12-month plan, you put down $197 today, you pay $118 a month for the next 11 months, boom, we send you your free laptop. You just click the option that you want and then go ahead and check out. That's it. Click the option you want, go ahead and check out. Okay? There are 6 of those laptops remaining. They are first come, first serve. If you have any questions, I want you to send us a text message. We will answer any questions you have or we'll help out with anything you need. 1-888-621-2127. Again, it's 1-888-621-2127. The phone number is at the bottom of your screen. Text that number if you guys have any questions at all about anything. Again, that is ttgoffer.com. The next 6 people get the free laptop. Choose your payment plan that works best for you and just check out. You have any questions, text the phone number that I just gave you guys. Okay? And again, everything, ttgoffer.com, everything you get, it's all on that page. Okay? Again, that's a brand new 15.5-inch Acer laptop. Comes with Windows 11, the AMD Ryzen AMD Radeon graphics card. You guys get access to all of it. And then you also have the double your money back guarantee. Don't forget about that. That's right there on the checkout page as well. Okay? So we put our money where our mouth is. You join True Trading Group. I ask you to complete all of our courses, score an 85% on the quizzes after them, log into the platform at least 50 times, execute trades with real money that are actually equal to double the membership cost. And if you're not able to make back $997 at least one time during that membership, we're not just going to give you back $997. We're going to give you back $1,994 for wasting your time. And then you're going to be able to, and then you can keep the free laptop also. You're not going to send the laptop back. So if you guys can't make back the $997 after doing those things that I just mentioned, if you can't make that $997 back at least once, we're going to give you back $1,994. That's yes, Joe Tran. Yes, brother. It's right there on the checkout page. It's right there on the checkout. And Stephanie just joined. We're now down to 5 laptops. Stephanie yes, Joe Tran says you will give us $997 if we don't make it back. No, Joe Tran, I'm going to give you $1,994 if you don't make it back. So we give a double your money back guarantee. But again, Joe, let me be very clear. You have to do things to qualify for that money back guarantee. If you're going to join True Trading Group and you're going to invest in us, you're paying for a service and we need to deliver on that. And we're going to put money up with you. I ask you have to go through our courses, pass the quizzes with an 85% score or higher, log into the platform at least 50 times. You can't just sign up, never log in and be like, I didn't make any money. You're going to have to actually trade with real money, but double the amount equal to the membership. So like over time, your trades would have to tally more than double $997, like the amount of money you're trading with total, cumulative. And if you cannot make back $997 at least one time, we're going to give you back $1,994. Okay? That's how it works. You can't just join, don't do anything, and then be like, I didn't make any money, give me $1,994. $1,994. We're not stupid. We're confident in our product, but we're not dumb. Okay? So the reason why we can offer a double your money back guarantee, our refund rate is less than 2.5%. If our refund rate was 12%, we wouldn't be able to give you double your money back. But because it's such a low number, our retention rate is in the mid 70s and our refund rate is less than 2.5. So that's why we have no problem doing it. Okay. So again, Stephanie joined. We're now down to 5 laptops. It is free shipping. We cover the shipping costs on the laptops, guys. We ship anywhere in the world. We have members in 114 different countries. We ship anywhere in the world. Okay. We're 4.5 out of 5 stars on Trustpilot, verified with almost 3,000 reviews on Trustpilot. I feel like I'm going to sneeze. I'm sorry, guys. And this is why we do this, right? I do the double your money back guarantee because I know members make money. Right? If I knew our members weren't making money and weren't doing well, I wouldn't offer you guys double your money back. Excuse me, because we'd be screwed. Right? We also have an F rating on the Better Business Bureau. I want to put that out there too. If you look us up on the Better Business Bureau, we actually have an F rating. Reason we have an F rating is because we refuse to be held hostage. We refuse. Why can't I think of the word? We refuse. Well, I'm drawing a blank. Adam, what's the word? Well, I'm drawing a blank. Extorted. Thank you. That's the word. We refuse to be extorted. The Better Business Bureau is such a joke. They're such a joke of a business. They literally, if you want an A rating, it's not based on your reviews. You have to pay them. They wanted like $12,000 or $15,000 from us. And then they would verify the account and they would remove the F rating. And we're like, no, I'm not. Nobody even uses you guys anymore. Go to Trustpilot. We have 3,000 reviews on Trustpilot. Like, I'm not going to pay the Better Business Bureau $12,000 or $15,000 to just be extorted. So you can go, oh, look, you're an F. You pay us and we'll take that off. Get out of here, man. So yes, we are an F on the Better Business Bureau. That's the reason why. Go to Trustpilot. We're 4.5 out of 5 stars, nearly 3,000 verified reviews on Trustpilot. And you guys go check us out and check us out there. Okay. Whoa, guys, these are going quick. We got to welcome Ariel. Ariel just joined. We're now down to 4 of these laptops. Joe Tran, I feel like you want to join, brother. You got to hurry up. There's only 4 of these laptops left, guys. There's only 4 of these laptops left. If you have any questions, text us 1-888-621-2127. Go to ttgoffer.com. Everything you see on that page is included. There are 4 of those laptops now left. Okay? And again, that's why the W money back guarantee, we can do that because, guys, our members are making money. They're becoming better traders. I'll show you one more time, and then I'm going to move on. Members of TTG, type the number 1 if you're making money with True Trading Group. Very straightforward, simple question. If you're not a member, pay attention to how many people you're going to see type the number 1. And then decide if you need a new laptop. Once these laptops are gone, guys, that $997 price is going to go to $1,014. Okay, and then we have no more laptops. We just had 8 of them. That was it. So it's $997 right now for the next 4 people. Those 4 people also get a laptop. Once those 4 people claim the last of the laptops, the price goes to $1,014, and then there's no more laptops. I don't have any more. We only have 8 of them. Okay, so there are 4 of them left. There you go. First come, first serve. Good luck. Go grab them. Any questions, text us. 1-888-621-2127. With that being said, let's roll things on over and let's get over to the charts. And for those that don't think that the laptop is actually real, members of True Trading Group, is the laptop real? Yes or no? Members of True Trading Group, is the laptop real? Don't type the number 1 this time. Type yes or no. Type yes or no. Is the laptop real? Yes or no? How do they know it's real? Because we used to get laptops a lot. Like if you came on a live stream like 2 or 3 years ago, we had relationships with like 3 wholesalers, and we would get like 20, 25 laptops, 50 laptops. We'd get them in bulk, and we get really, really, really great pricing on them, and we would give them away when people would join True Trading Group. And then we stopped giving the laptops away. We kind of lost the deal with some of the wholesalers, and it was like full retail price. We're not going to pay retail price for laptops and give them out to people. But it's a long story, but we got we got 8 laptops. It's a long story. I'm not going to get into it, but we got 8 of them. So there's 4 left. You guys have a great time. Grab them. First come, first serve. All right. Again, that's ttgoffer.com. Okay. Let's get on over to the charts. All right. Let's get on to the charts. Let's do a quick check-in on futures real quick. Let's check on the futures market. We're still green. We're up 0.25%. 0.25%. So like I said, I said to you guys in the beginning of this live stream and last week, I'm not surprised if we get a fade down into the support level. I know we're gapping up right now 0.25%, but I'm still thinking that we might get a little bit of a pullback. I'm not talking about a crash. I'm not talking about the Hindenburg, right? I'm not talking about the Hindenburg. I just think we could get a little bit of a pullback. I mean, we were all over it, Thursday and Friday. We did really well. I know we're gapping up 0.25% here. I'm not gonna come out of the gates swinging to the short side like on Thursday. My whole watch list was short on Thursday, so I'm not coming into this week with my whole watch list short. My watch list is actually pretty balanced. I have a couple longs and I have a couple shorts, because I think you need to come into this week balanced. You have a couple of important earnings reports: Palantir, AMD. They're going to be important. We'll see. There were whispers of a potential maybe meeting with some of the Democrats and Republicans. Maybe hopefully there can be something with the government shutdown. If there's any positive news with that, I think that would make the markets kind of move higher, because Jerome Powell, when he said that the rate cut in December was not a foregone conclusion, when he said that, okay, when he said that, it's probably because they're not getting any data. They're not getting the inflation data. They're not getting the jobs data. They don't have what they need to kind of say, yeah, we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut rates in December. So I think the markets would feel like if the government shutdown was to end, not only is it better because the economic impact of the government shutdown is beginning to be felt, but if it also gives the Fed the data that they need in order to make another decision about whether or not they're going to cut rates at the December meeting. So I think that could end up being a net positive if we do get any type of a news announcement about maybe a possibility of the shutdown coming to an end. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not holding my breath. I'm not hopeful for it, but we'll see what happens. That could be a positive catalyst. Okay. So my watch list is pretty neutral. I'm thinking about the SPY. We have a couple of key levels that I want to point out to you. I'm going to go to a 15-minute chart just to kind of clear this out. First support level is going to be right here at 680. That's going to be the double bottom from Friday and Thursday. You guys can see here, there's Friday's bottom and there's Thursday's bottom, right? Bang, bang. And then you're going to have the gap fill, which takes you down into 677.50, 678. And then you'll have 674. These are your three major support levels that you're going to have on the SPY. Okay, here they are. These are them. There's one, there's two on gap fill, and then here's three, which is the previous all-time high. Okay, those are your three support levels. As we, if and as we pull back into those levels, I will look for longs off of them, especially this one. That's a major level that I think would absolutely be viable if there is a pullback into it. Okay, so that's the SPY. All right, that's what we're going to be looking at there with regards to the SPY. Let's now go over to some individual stocks that we're looking at because, like I said, my watch list is balanced. I'm neutral coming into this week. I'm not overly bullish. I'm not overly bearish. My watch list is not all longs. My watch list is not all shorts. It's balanced. First up, it's going to be Wells Fargo. Okay. First up, it is going to be Wells Fargo. Okay. Here you go. 87.50. Okay. I want you to take a look at this level. This is your all-time high in Wells Fargo. You ran up and tested this level multiple times. You have a nice little ascending triangle pattern forming on Wells Fargo. Ascending triangles are neutral patterns. They're not bullish, they're not bearish, they're neutral. The way that you play them is that price consolidates into an inflection point where either the flat horizontal resistance either breaks or the upward sloping support level breaks. And then you play the break of the level. I am playing the break of this level. A steepening of that yield curve is better for banks. Wells Fargo had really good earnings. Wells Fargo also got their asset cap lifted earlier this year. In 2018, the Fed put an asset cap on Wells Fargo as a penalty and punishment for a fraudulent account opening scheme that they did many years ago. And that asset restriction kept them from growing their assets over $1.9 trillion. So they really were limited in their growth capabilities over the last several years. And that's huge for banks. Banks make money by lending money out. And if you have a cap on how much money they can control, there's a cap on how much money they can lend out, which means there's a cap on how much money they can earn. That cap's lifted. So I think that Wells Fargo has more room. If Wells Fargo breaks above 87.50, I'm looking for Wells Fargo to continue higher. It's a slow-moving stock. It's not very volatile. This is something that everybody can trade. It's not something that's not a Tesla. It's not a MicroStrategy. It's not Coinbase. It's not OKLO. It's not Palantir. It's not one of these real fast-moving stocks that's got tons of volatility. It's a slow mover. I think that we can look for a break above that 87.50 and see if there could be a little bit of an extension from that level. William McKee, I'm not going to talk too much about it. It is an advanced topic. I can talk more about it maybe on another live stream this week. But what I will tell you, William, is the fact that that overnight repo print, okay, of that being 30 billion. I know you're seeing a lot of people on social media that are trying to make a big deal out of it. It's not. The fact that it happened at the very end of the month is actually pretty normal. It's actually a pretty normal reaction in that repo market at the end of the month. If you start to see it happening over the course of the next couple of weeks, then it becomes a little more problematic. But the fact that it happened at the end of the month, it's actually a little bit more normal. Without me going into the details, I know exactly what you're talking about. It is not a red flag for me yet. If I continue to see some pretty high repo prints overnight, then I will bring it up and I will talk about it because it will be a little bit of a red flag. Right now, it's not a red flag. But if you see a 40, a 50 next week and the week after, that's when you should start to, okay, hold on a second. Maybe there's something going on. Okay, so I'm not saying it's nothing yet. Maybe it's something later, but as of right now, not a red flag for me at this time. So I'll just say that without getting into too much detail. I don't want to go on too much of a tangent. We have a lot to get into here tonight. I know it's getting super late. We got to welcome Joey. Joey just joined. 3 more of those laptops remain, guys. Everybody welcome Joey. Joey just joined. 3 spots now remain. Okay, 3 of those laptops. That's it. Then the price jumps to 1014. I have no more. So ttgoffer.com, you get the laptop, the W1 back guarantee, and everything you see on that page, including access to Mari, the award-winning AI that's part of our platform. Okay. So, oh, Ace. Yo, Ace, what's up? What's up, man? What's up, Ace? That's my boy. That's my boy right there. All right, so we're looking at Wells Fargo, 87.50. That's going to be a big mark that we're going to be paying attention to, that we're going to be looking at. Next up, I'm going to give you all the longs, and I'm going to give you the shorts that I'm going to be looking at. So Wells Fargo is going to be on the list. Next up, we're going to have NNE. NNE is one of these stocks, has a big short position. The nuclear names. There's a very specific price point that I'm looking for. That specific price point that I'm looking for is going to be $49.50. $49.50. If I'm going to need NNE to gap up tomorrow in order for me to think about trading it. If there's not a gap up on NNE tomorrow, I'm probably going to leave this trade alone entirely, and you're not going to see me trade it at all during the week. But if NNE were to gap up to, let's say, 49 bucks, then I think you have to watch for a pop through 49.50 and a possible little kind of squeeze move. Okay. There's still a pretty big short position on this name. And I like this kind of little resistance level that we have here around this 49.50. And I just brought out to a 15-minute chart just to show you guys high of the day from Friday, high of the day from Thursday, high of the day here from the 20th, high of the day here from the 17th. And then prior to that, you had a little support, and support. Okay. All right, so those are levels. That's the level right there. See it? Now that I broke it down to a 15-minute chart, you guys can see that level now a little bit more clearly. That's what I'm saying. If you get above that mark, I'm going to look for a little bit of a pop and a squeeze move. And that's what I'm saying. We need to gap up. I need to see the stock gap up into here tomorrow to make me feel like, maybe we can get that pop. But if we opened up down here, I'm probably just going to leave it alone. The stock probably just drifts and probably doesn't really do all that much. Okay. So that's going to be NNE. And then we have Amazon. Amazon obviously had that huge gap up to the all-time high, and I'm looking for a pullback into 240 for a little bit of a bounce play. And to show you this, I'm going to take you to a weekly chart, and I'm going to draw a line right across 240. Okay? What you'll see here is resistance, resistance, resistance. You broke above this level last week on earnings. We're going to look to see if that level now acts as support. And we'll see if we get a candle that looks something like this. Okay. See if we get something that looks like that. All right. So we're going to see, does this 240 level hold support? And the stop loss will probably be around 236. Okay. 236 will be the stop loss there on Amazon. So we're just going to see if Amazon can hold that all-time high breakout. All right. So you would look for Amazon to pull back in further, pull back in, do something like that, and then put in a hammer tail, something that looks like this. And then that. Okay. So that's what we're going to look for there on Amazon. All right. So there you guys got it. So you got Wells Fargo, you got NNE, you got Amazon. Now let's talk about some shorts. I'm looking at Reddit. Reddit had their earnings, but I just want to, let's just kind of, take in here kind of these levels. Guys, again, if you see the laptop on the page, you are getting it, right? There is a countdown there. If you see the laptop on the page, you are getting it. So let me just go over Reddit with you guys here real quick. We got a nice little resistance level that's here. Okay. There is a little support level there. Yeah, guys, even if you see the laptop, you're getting it, regardless of what that number is. The system will not let you purchase if we were out. If we're out of them, it's not going to let you purchase. Okay. So as long as you see it, you're good. And then you can see we had this resistance level here, guys, on Reddit. So there used to be, you had this little support level, you gapped underneath it, you rallied back up, resistance, and then they had earnings, and then resistance again. And then you have this dark blue line, that's the 50-day moving average. So what I'm looking for here on Reddit is I'm actually looking for Reddit to drop back down to 195. I'm looking for Reddit to go back to do something like that. Okay. And then get back down and test this support level that we see right there on Reddit, right here. Okay. So I like this rejection here. This was that you have that earnings, it gapped up, rejection off the 50-day moving average, that level kind of solidifying itself, big, strong reversal. I'm looking for more downside on Reddit. We're going to look for Reddit to get down towards 195 will be the target there for us on Reddit. And then last but not least, Ethereum. We had a really good short on Ethereum last week. I used ETHU for my short. Give me some leverage. We had a really nice short there on ETHU, which is the 2-time leverage ETF for ETHA. We then covered out of that position, but I still think ETHU gets to 90 because I still think Ethereum pulls in more. I know that might sound kind of nuts, but this gap, the bounce back we had on Friday, we have to really clear out Friday's highs in order for me to say, all right, never mind. If we clear out Friday's highs, forget about it. I'm not going to look for a short. But if ETHA does this tomorrow, I'm going to literally draw the candle for you. I'm shorting it. If you get a candle that looks like that tomorrow and you get back under the 100-day and you have this little like doji candle that gets kind of left out there on an island by itself, like if you were to get something like that, that to me would be the short. So I'm going to be watching ETHA. I think maybe if ETHA gets underneath the 100-day moving average, which is the purple line, gets underneath Friday's low, I will use ETHU as my vehicle to short. You can use ETHA. I just like I get more volatility with ETHU because if ETHA does the candle that I just drew for you, that means ETHU is going to make a candle that looks like this. Okay. So I'll be short ETHU, and then we're going to target this yellow line. That's going to be the 200-day moving average. That'll be the target for us. Okay. So that's what I'm going to be looking for there. On the short side. So there you go. So that's kind of how I'm going to start the week. I've got some longs. I've got some shorts. I'm kind of coming into the week neutral. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a little bit of a pullback on the SPY back in to retest those previous highs. We still are green on futures. We're up a quarter point. We faded a little bit. We were up almost 0.4, earlier, 0.35, 0.38. Now we're up 0.25 to, 0.24. So we're fading a little bit, but again, like I said, we got more details on the U.S.-China deal the U.S.-China agreement from last week is actually better than we thought it was, and the markets are giving us a little reaction there in the futures, and we'll see if that actually sticks overnight. But I'm starting off neutral. We got some longs, we got some shorts, and we're going to see what happens. We're going to see what happens. I'm obviously going to add to this tomorrow. I'll see what companies have news. I'll see what did crypto do in the in the Asian market hours, and I'll see what I really like, and if I want to add anything to this list. Okay, Palantir has earnings on Monday. AMD has earnings Tuesday. I will be talking to all of my TTG members. I will talk to you guys tomorrow during the day on what I'm going to be doing with my Palantir and AMD positions. As you guys know, I am heavily invested in Palantir, heavily invested in AMD. We've just added for the last couple of years. And I have not taken any profit yet on either one of those positions. They have earnings coming up. Both stocks are trading at incredibly high multiples. I am a little cautious on maybe even a good earnings report still leads to a little bit of a profit-taking type of pullback. I will talk to you about it in great detail tomorrow, but you're going to have to be a member of True Trading Group for that. I'll let you guys know if I decide to trim some of those positions or if I decide to just keep it long and strong and just kind of stay on it. Okay. I'll definitely let you guys know. Okay. So that's it. I hope you guys feel better prepared for the week. Lot going on. We're going to get some data. We're going to get ADP payroll data, which is going to be important because we get no jobs data. We have no U.S. labor report, so we're going to only have to rely on the ADP number, which sucks because it's not an accurate number, but it's all we got, so we're going to have to rely on it. We got the University of Michigan sentiment. That's going to come out at the end of the week. We get some ISM numbers, though. We do get ISM because ISM is not coming from a federal agency. So we're going to get ISM manufacturing, ISM services. We are going to get that, so that can give us kind of some info on the state of the economy. So we got some catalysts coming up this week. Earnings, it's going to be a big one. All right. We had a great week last week. Let's keep that momentum going. Guys, there are only a couple of these laptops left. Remember, if you see a laptop, you're getting it regardless of what it says. If you see it, you're getting it. Simple as that. ttgoffer.com. Everything on that page is included. If you have any questions, text us. We'd love to hear from you. We'll answer any questions. We'll help you out in any way we can. 1-888-621-2127. All right. And again, ttgoffer.com. Those laptops are first come, first serve. Welcome to all of our new fam. All right. Welcome to all of our new fam. I'm so happy I'm part of TTG. Thank you, Mike, Dolly, Rosa. I am equally as happy that you are part of TTG as you are happy for being part of TTG. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your night. I will see you guys all tomorrow. Subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, show some love, turn on your notifications, don't ever miss out on these lives. I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Have a great night, guys. Take care.